3 All right, back in the building, guys. Listen, I'm here today to have another episode of Real Talk. Oh yeah, that's Ergeist playing in the background. I don't know if I ever talked about Ergeist. I'm not really here today to talk about it, but this is the Dream Factory's game they made after Tobal 2. It was an interesting fighting game. Came out in arcades first. It was actually an arcade game first. Then they ported it to PlayStation. System 12, pretty much the same board Soul Calibur and Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag ran on. PlayStation version was pretty damn good. Arcade version still looks better. It was an interesting fighting game. I did like it, just nowhere near as much as Tobal 2. Tobal 2 is just freaking genius. Like this leaned a little bit more toward Power Stone, which I love also, but I'm not gonna do a deep dive on Ergeist. Anyway, I'm here today to have a real talk with you guys. Listen. Here to talk to you about the future state and early plans for next year for the 3X Tech arcade line. Definitely still got a virtual pinball machine coming. It's in the planning stages now. I'm in the process of getting a cabinet built up for that. And I'm going to be getting to that fairly soon. I should have something to show you guys. I would say probably earlier next year. I don't know. It's a slight possibility I may have something at the end of this year, but maybe not. I'm super busy with everything, so I would say look for it probably early next year, and I should have something to show off at least. Now, beyond that, I got other things in mind too. Most importantly, what I got in mind is some few other interesting products that I haven't mentioned before. I have a tabletop arcade in mind that would be offered in possibly up to a 4-player. It's going to be very unique. It'll be extremely small, and I'm still in the early planning stages of that, but it's going to be very small. It's not going to be huge, and there may be some sort of stand, and it may be like a convertible style arcade where it can be kind of converted into a stand-up. We'll see. I got some things in mind. Also got a plan in mind with the pinball in that regards too. But you'll definitely get a chance to possibly see some of that stuff early next year. Super focused on the Slayer right now and getting these things churned out. Speaking of which, I'm building on the first few models now, and so super busy with that, but I haven't really talked to you guys much about what's going on in addition to just showing off the games and stuff as things have been. But one of the more interesting things that I do have in mind is next year. I'm in the planning stages for a 65-inch Dragon Slayer. So yes, a 65-inch Slayer. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking like, okay, that's going to be way too big. Now, you would probably be right if you're looking at it from the perspective of what you've generally seen people try to connect to larger screen arcade machines. Maybe a 20, maybe even as deep as I got on my machines, a 24-inch stage. 24-inch control panel. But no, what I have in mind is a 48-inch control panel. Yes, a 4-foot control panel connected to a 65-inch arcade. I have that in the planning stages. I'm currently working on a prototype cabinet for that and trying to make it aesthetically pleasing and also make it look good. You know, aesthetically pleasing, make it look good, and make it functional. So far, from what I'm seeing with a viewing distance of being that far back, I mean, you're nearly, once you sit your seat back from this cabinet and you lean back, you're nearly 6 feet back. You're probably a good 5.5 feet back. And yeah, it's awesome, man. It's gonna be freaking awesome. I can tell you that right now. Definitely, it's gonna be a game changer. Nothing like that has been done before. It's gonna be really the boss of all boss arcade cabinets, like the big boss of arcade cabinets. It's gonna be ridiculous for mobile gaming. It's gonna be ridiculous for PC gaming, modern gaming. It's just gonna be crazy. And as far as older games, I have a plan to make those work and look good on it also without being too distorted. So I'm working, but it's gonna be ridiculous with the high-end audio system and PC gaming. Whoo! It's gonna be crazy. Crazy, I tell you. So yes, the 65-inch arcade is gonna be bananas. It's definitely in the planning stages. It's in the planning stages. It's definitely coming. It will probably be next year. I don't think I'll be showing that off this year. Too busy. And when it's showing off, I want it to look right too. It'll be pretty much completed. So it'll be sometime next year, hopefully in the first quarter. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But it's gonna be a big cabinet. So you know, I'm a huge fan of big cabinets, but they have to be functional. You know, a 55 or 65-inch screen with like a 12-inch control panel, I don't have any interest in that. Like, doesn't make any sense other than to try to make the user blind. And aesthetically speaking, it doesn't really look good either. Like, you know, a deep control panel on a giant screen and just a big arcade machine, but it's detailed and done right. I mean, that's awesome. So anyway, guys, thank you for all of the support. Thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate your feedback. I haven't seen a lot of feedback since I've announced it. A few people have commented. I appreciate it. Feel free to ask any questions or any comments or concerns you have. Feel free to ask. You know, I noticed the trolls have left the channel. A lot of people must have thought that this was a joke or not being taken serious or something. And when this was announced earlier this year, and they just figured they could just come in full-fledged troll mode, but they kind of ran into a brick wall with the launch of the prototype and then the actual launch of the production model in the company itself. So a lot of people ended up with egg on their face, so they don't comment anymore. And I get it. I wouldn't either if I embarrassed myself. So it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Like, I'm used to it. I expected some negative comments, and I know how that goes, but I appreciate the people who have been supporting. All of your support, thank you. You're appreciated. And hey, very big things are coming. 3X tech. Peace.